Hello, people that don't like the modelers and want something that reacts without latency, easy to set up at the end of your pedal board to go direct in stereo. Especially in stereo, there aren't tons of options. There are the offerings from DSM Humboldt from Chile, the Simplify X, and what people have noted on the Simplify X is that it's anything but simple. It has a lot of options, and it's a good box, but it's much easier to set up a crappy sound than it is to set up an amazing sound. The sounds are amazing once you get there, but it's difficult. Now, fancy, I wouldn't say, describes the Quilter Direct Amp. Because, I mean, look at it. Where am I? Apparently, my wife decided that I'm not necessary for this video. Okay then, hello. It's not sexy. I'm gonna say this because the logo here. She said that looks very Irish. It looks a bit outdated. Yeah, Direct Amp. Not a clever name. But that's really where my critique so far ends. Not a clever name and a bit dated. Not super sexy. But it is an analog amplifier, solid state, not amp, it's a direct amp, obviously. You can't power a cab with it, with a lot of cool features that are easier and more straightforward to set up than some of the competition. And just like some of the competition, you set up one sound. There aren't really different amps you can select at the same time. Yeah, there's a Fender, AC, and JMP, so let's say Fender, Vox, and Marshall that you can set up with a Jensen, a V30, or a CL80. I don't even know what that is, honestly. With open, closed, or simulation off, and then you can actually put your own IR on it. I'm gonna have to lean over here. Easy, right? There's a gain, and if you want more of the gain, then you can boost it, and there's a boost, gain, and a level, and you can say whether that's flat, bright, or fat. Really easy to figure out without a manual and without really spending a shit ton of time with it. It has jacks in the back. Yeah, we have the guitar input, the effects send, the stereo return, and the headphones. But then the thing that would really stick out of your pedal board and make it very clumsy and space use uppy are the XLRs, which they decided to put on top so that your front of house guy can walk up to your pedal board and immediately knows like, that's where I'm plugging in. Boop, bam! Zeola cables, by the way. Thank you, Zeola. There's nothing on this side. There's nothing on this side. So nothing here, nothing there. And then I saw this wireless input. I hadn't even read the manual. And I'm like, that can't possibly be. There's an aux in up here to plug in a mini jack. Okay, back here. But then I was like, it's kind of in the same location. That can't possibly be Bluetooth. It is Bluetooth. That's amazing. Let's look at how it shipped. After that, you might want to just hear some sounds, look at everything, and you're done. And I took some very pretty shots of this baby. You still here? Let's test out the wireless input. I set up a sound that I think I could possibly noodle with. I'm gonna put the H90 with a stereo delay in the effects return. You can, once it's plugged in and wired up in full stereo, that's the brilliant thing. And you're running a mono gig, you switch it to mono. And you're done. This is powering it off. And now it's stereo. So you can run a mono gig with it if you so choose, even though it's wired up in stereo. Let me set up a sound, and then we turn on the Tom James from Elevated Jam and then we turn on the Tom James from Elevated Jam Tracks. Some modelers will get you more realistic sounds. At higher price points, different features, not as easy access. I have a hunch that with a different speaker sim, which is a little bit on the, it's an analog speaker sim frequency compensated. There isn't IRs or any of that in there. I have a hunch that with a different speaker sim, you could potentially get other sounds out of this. And that's why there's a sim off button. Should we wire that up? We probably should. Interesting. Wiring an aux stomp into the effects loop did not work because it could be that the effects loop is before a simulated power amp. That could be. Okay, we tried. And now we go through some sounds here. The foot switches, and there's 4 of them, and that's nice, but they are rather close to each other, so if you have big feet, that could become a problem on stage if you wanted to, smack on it. Limiter off, reverb off, Fender, Jensen, bam. Single coil. With this Sully 71 Trella, she's a beauty. Sorry, driving a bit here. It is very bright, especially with the Jensens, of course, which are meant for the cleans. Thicker, more bassy sound with the close back. Oh, we're gonna boost that. See? Drive sounds are analog transistor with a frequency compensated speaker simulation. We have massively better drive sounds and speaker simulations in digital modelers nowadays. If you buy the big kahunas, if you buy the quad cortex, if you buy the Axe effects, all this is of course going to be more realistic. I think the idea for this is simplicity, putting some pedals in front of it and not fiddle with all the shit, and zero latency. If you want to fiddle with stuff, well then, you know, it's okay. The modelers offer more realism. This is right here, obviously. It's a bit bitey. It's a bit... It's not a big tube amp and a mic in front of it, okay? It's a direct solution. If you set it up for your pedals, the pedals are going to take over, and we're going to do that in a bit. It's not bad. It's also not amazing. Let's go to the Vox. I like that a lot more than the Fender. Stereo from the H90. a Marshall. Nice, very responsive. Honestly, can this compete with modern digital sounds? I don't think it can. That's absolutely full honesty. I don't think it can. But that's not the goal. The goal is ease of use, no option paralysis, everything is right there, and direct access and low latency. I'm going to try it with a pedal, but I just remembered why maybe the effects loop aux didn't work. I think the first preset on the aux I have has a DI on one of the sides. I think that's a preset I made. Let me check this once again. Yeah, everything I said in the beginning, which you probably didn't hear because I cut it out, total bullshit. The problem was my preset on the aux had a DI box on one side. This is a modern digital speaker simulation. Simulation now. So yes, if you have your own IR loader or an aux or any of those boxes or an end game from KMA, any of these, it will add a little bit more room space because they have the built-in rooms, but also it is an improvement over the built-in speaker simulation, which they know. That's why they gave you the off switch. If they thought, oh, we built the best thing in the world, they wouldn't have given you the off switch. But it's still usable if you don't go super high gain and you don't have anything else at your disposal. So I'm gonna go to the AC, which is the most pleasant to my ears. We're gonna put a pedal in front of it. And we're gonna put the rattler from those jam people in front of it and see how it handles pedals. And that's why you need the direct amp if you have a pedal board and you don't want to fiddle with digital stuff. Now that is great. And so you set up the internal amp to your liking. With your pedals, some of your pedals might need that JMP sound. I feel most comfortable. We didn't check the different Boosties. Let's try that. The more top end you add, the more you hear the shortcomings of the speaker simulation. But right here, not bad at all. So that is the Quilter Direct Amp. I'm not going to tell you it's, the hottest shit ever and, a game changer. But I forgot that we had that big. Can you make that a bit smaller, Leslie? And yeah, thank you. So kind. I like that within minutes, you know what to grab and where things are. I like that you can turn the speaker sim off, although it does deliver. And I'm pretty sure that what we now experience as solo guitar sounds in a band context will absolutely be where they're supposed to be, because you want some of that. Some of the things that I now consider a bit grating in a band context will work. And as soon as you plug in an external pedal, as we did with the Rattler, all of a sudden the frequency response changes. And it is meant for your pedal board as a last thing on the board. And it delivers there with the wireless input, the aux in, the stereo effects return, XLR output, foot switchability. We never checked the limiter. What is wrong with me, Henning? Come on, man. Come on. Let's go to the Fender setting, Jensen. Let's be mean here. That EQ is effective. Holy crap, it's effective. So. Can't even hear it, but it is taming it a bit. Squash Central. it limits. So I would like to tell you how much it is and rate it based on that, but I'm making this video a month before it comes out, so I literally have no data on that. Please go to the stores that I'm linking below and decide whether or not the pricing is to your liking. I can't comment on that. I love the mono stereo switch. I love that it is stereo. I love the stereo XLR out. Would I use that on a pedal board? If my focus is a lot of pedals, and they're making the sound, and this is my engine to get it to the front of house with a setting which probably for me would be the AC with the V30 closed. I would possibly have, I would have the boost on flat, but I don't know if I would need it. I would use pedals to shape my tone and use this as my pedal platform direct amp. And yes, on a fly rig, I absolutely would use that. Depending on what I'm trying to do, okay? Depending on what style I'm playing. I have the choice here with a lot of tools. If I'm playing a, you know, Marshall-y kind of gig, I would, and nothing else in rock and roll, I would probably go for the UA Lion, okay? But that doesn't have an aux in, a headphone out, Bluetooth, it doesn't have any of it. It doesn't have reverb, doesn't have a limiter. So it's always the tool for the job. And this is the tool for certain jobs. If that's the job that you need, or you're doing making, then that might be the pedal for you. I hope I showed you everything that you wanted to know. Links below, as I said. Thank you, Quilter, for sending this to me and commissioning this video. You are nice. I will also look at the something block, the 200, it's a block that they sent me. They sent me a block. Next time, send me a block and a block of cheese, because blocks of cheese are awesome. Animals at the end.